Annalie, you faced Ava twice before in Atlanta and San Clemente. Did you use any of that knowledge going into this match?
Yes, I did. I think the first time I played her, I didn't really know what to expect, and she has really good passes, and her ground strokes are super penetrating and super hard. So I think when I played her in San Clemente, I kind of used a little bit of that, and then in San Clemente, I figured something out, which I'm not going to share because it's a very good tip. And then I used that in this match, so I think, just a couple times I've played her, I figured some stuff out, and I'm sure she's figured some stuff out about me too. So that's kind of what happens when you play people, like the first time you play them, it's very surprising, and then you can kind of just learn, and then from then on, it just kind of goes to skill, I think. But that first time can be super tricky.
And this match was 25 minutes long, so how nice is it going through a semifinal that fast?
Well, it was probably the earliest semifinal I've had in a while too, so I think I was just excited about that. I was excited to get back to the hotel pretty quick, but going into a match, you can't take anything lightly, so I was just trying to go in, play my best, do my best. If it was 25 minutes, if it was an hour and 25 minutes, you just kind of got to go out there and grind. You never know what to expect. Singles is very interesting sometimes, so, just going into the match, every point, even if I'm up 10-2 in the second, just got to keep going for it.
And before this interview, you mentioned that singles day is the hardest for you. Why?
It's very stressful, singles. I think you see that a lot on the tennis side too. Like, people talk about how stressful it is on the court, and I think it translates in pickleball even more because in a tennis match, it's very long. You kind of have that time to get used to it, but in pickleball, if somebody comes out super hot, and you come out kind of slow, a couple let cords, just things can go by pretty quick. And like you said, this was a 25-minute game. I've seen games even go 12 minutes long. So it's just, there's so much more I feel like there's more variables in singles than there are in doubles. You've got 2 serves in doubles, whereas in singles more like 1. And people can get hot. So I don't know. It's tricky sometimes.
Yes, and singles is a very mental game, so I know you kind of hype yourself up a lot on the court, but what do you say mentally inside that you don't say out on the
I'm
court?
pretty vocal outside. The things I don't say probably shouldn't be said, so no, I'm just kidding. But I definitely kind of go through, I have a mental coach, and he tells me, if you're down, think about certain shots that you've hit past in that game or in this match or in a different match that were really good, and just kind of remember that. So I can't really say that out loud, but that's something that I'm thinking about. I'm also just kind of thinking block out everything else and just play your game, and sometimes I get a little away from that. But I'm lucky to have my mom on the side on the bench because she helps get me straight. I'll come over and I'm like, Mom, I'm freaking out. I'll start rambling, and she's like, Annalie, everything's gonna be okay. She's like a therapist on the sideline. She gives great advice on the game, but she also helps calm me down, so I'm thankful for that.
And during this match, you kept Ava back at the serve line for a lot of this match. Being the dominant player on the court, what were you trying to avoid from Ava?
I feel like when I played Lina on my returns, I was missing a lot of them, and I feel like that's why, she was coming back in that first game. So I really tried in this match to focus on my returns, and I think if you can go in with a solid return, you're kind of controlling that point. So going into this match, I was just, before the match, practice some returns, just trying to get in some solid returns, because then you're, set for that point, I feel. So serve and return are big things, and I tried to hit big on both of those.
And Ava is a newly signed player on the tour. You're a veteran. So what advice would you give for her in 2024 when she's on the tour?
I'm super excited that she signed. I just feel like, the PPA Tour, you've got a lot of good players, and practicing with good players, you get here, you can kind of practice with people. So I would just say kind of learn everybody's game and try to figure that out, because I think that's a big thing. A lot of people just go out there and play, but I feel like if you kind of know your opponent's game, you can kind of play to their strengths and weaknesses. So I would tell her maybe go try to, watch some film. It's not the most fun thing, but I think it'll help a lot. And also just have fun out there. I mean, it can get a little intense on the tour sometimes, and I feel like when I'm having fun, I play my best, and I think that goes for everybody.
Great. Thank you, Annalie.